So man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I know I popped one on y'all today. Came flying in out of left field. I do that sometime. My bad. But to everybody who comes in, I definitely wanna welcome y'all. Welcome y'all to the channel. Got a few things on my mind, on my brain that I want to go over. And as you can maybe tell by the title, my chat is not showing, so I can't see who's here, but y'all make sure that y'all hit the like button. Be sure to hit the like button as you come in. Hit that like button as you come in, my friends, and we will get it going, man. The title, it says The Deception and the Facade. I want y'all to run around here talking about facade. What's facade? No, that's pronounced facade. In other words, it's a artificial perception of something. It's something made to be seen as one thing, but it's actually something else. It's not what it seems to be. And we're living in that kind of society right now that we are under um, the illusion of multiple facades that exist in this country. There is a deception and a facade in uh, education. There's a deception in the facade in science and medicine. There's a deception in the facade in politics. And there's a deception in the facade in interpersonal relationships. People who present themselves to be something that they are not. And they will do so in order to fool and deceive as long as they can to achieve a certain goal. That goal could be money. That goal could be a position in life. That goal could be simply to remove you from a position that you might be in. But as you get older, you start to learn that more and more people, man, you start to learn that a lot of people are not who they showed themselves to be. And the crazy part about it, it could be people that you've been knowing for a long time. It could be people you've known forever. It could be people that you're very close to. It could be people in your family, people you've worked with forever. And a time comes, and because we are living in that kind of time where the manifestation of things are starting to present themselves. So it's like, man, where you see that it's a scripture that talks about that in these times, he said that would be two lying in the bed, and one would be taken and one would be left behind. That would be two working out in the field, and one would be taken and one would be left behind. And this strikes me because it's like it just speaks to the point I'm just making. It's like people that you have been knowing, people that you know, or you think you know, you may not necessarily know them. That's not to say everybody, but it's something to be aware of, because motives are not something that are always um, expressed. Well, I'll put it to you like this. Motives can be expressed. People can tell you what their motives are, but the true way to know what a motive of a person really is or was is to base it on what they show you. See, it's based on what people show you. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all have lived that. Again, I don't know why my chat is not showing. I don't know if it's something I'm doing or whatever, but I can see it's a few of y'all in here. For those of y'all in here, please hit the like button. Like I said, I know I popped this one up. This is a pop-up live. I didn't make any announcements about it, but until a person's self manifests, you can only go by what you see from them. And that is the ultimate test, because you have people that will tell you what they are about. They will talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, tell you what they're about, tell you what they're about. But you rarely see it, or in some cases, you never see it, right? Then you have people who don't say much at all. They don't hardly talk at all, but they show you what they're doing through their work in a good way. They're always found just doing it. You come in and be like, well, who did this? He did it. She did it. And they don't look for any accolades. They don't look for any pats on the back. They just look, this is what needed to be done, and this is what was done. And those are typically the best people. Those are the people that you really can look at and say, okay, you know what, that's a real one right there. Because people that actively are always seeking glory for what they do, they always want somebody to acknowledge what they do. I won't say that they are wrong in that, because it's degrees and levels to it, but you got to be careful with it, because at the end of the day, the only person that needs to know what you did is the creator himself. You know how you have people in religious settings, in church or in mosque, whatever the case might be, people who like to overly make it known how much money they put in the collection plate. They got to let everybody know. They got to show everybody that I put in this amount of money and this, that, and the other, you know. And like I say, it's a balance to that, because it doesn't make them a bad person. You know, some people are they just want their props. But for other people, there is that element that exists that is like, you trying to get glory, or you trying to impress people in a way that's not rooted in a good principle. Again, y'all bear with me, because I can't, you know, my chat box is not showing. And, you know, I like to interact with y'all, because y'all say things that are very knowledgeable. For the most part, some of y'all be on some crazy stuff, but for the most part, y'all say, the other 98% of y'all say some good positive things, and I like to bounce those ideas. But y'all bear with me, because, you know, your big brother can hold it down. So this is what happens in America. The deception, where a presentation is placed before us to give an appearance that something is good for us, or that a move that is made, a law that is passed, has our best interest at heart. But in reality, there's an underlying motive that will prove to be detrimental to the people. So that's why you hear the terms, people saying, reading between the lines. That's why people say, read the fine print. That's why people say, what's behind the curtain? We see the person that is on stage presenting themselves to us as this is what it is, but who's behind the curtain pulling the strings? Who's behind the curtain reading the script to that person with a earpiece in their ear, and they feeding them the lines. Who's doing that? See? And why is it even a need for people to deceive the masses of people? I ain't no preacher, not no minister, but I'm familiar with enough scripture to know and be familiar with certain scriptures. When you think about what it said, the devil would deceive the whole world. The devil would deceive the whole world. Deceiving is big business. Deceiving is big business. And even if deceiving is not done for the purpose of advancement in business, it's done for the purpose of personal satisfaction and personal gratification for some people. Some people get off to tricking other people. They get off to that. They have fun with it. It advances them to take something from you. So these are things that we got to be aware of, because one of our biggest problems is our habit of being overly trusting of the deceivers. If they say it, we believe it. If they package it up in a way that is attractive, or is worded in a good way, we believe it. We believe it. Why do we believe everything they tell us, though? And let me say this, because I'm not an EIF. And those who follow my channel, y'all know the EIF. I'm not a person who dismisses everything. And you should never dismiss everything. You should not believe everything. You should not disbelieve everything, but you should double check everything. Even if it sounds good to you on the surface. Even if it sounds good on the surface, you go and you check it. You do your own research to the best of your ability, or you link up with other people who know how to properly research. And you see what it is. Because everything, even if something is true, there may be elements of deception injected into it. That's called truth mixed with falsehood. People mix truth with falsehood because that's one of the easiest ways to get over on people. The deception is the foundation that they're going to use to ultimately defeat you. But the injection of little sprinkles of truth are the things that keep you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, well, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, so that keeps you in pocket, and they mix the truth with the falsehood just to hold you at bay until they drop the bomb. So you got to study everything, man. And don't be foolish enough to lean to your own understanding so much. Well, don't lean to your own understanding at all until you get proper understanding. Even proper understanding is not your own. It comes from a higher place. But don't get caught up in trying to be so wise and intelligent in and of yourself. Because that's how a lot of people going crazy out here. That's how a lot of people are missing the boat, and how a lot of people are going to miss the boat in the long run, the big boat. Because this society and this technology has made everybody, the misuse of it has made everybody feel like, I know everything. I got it. I know everything. I know everything. Nobody can tell me nothing. I know it all. I am a self-taught scholar. I'm a self-taught genius. That's a dangerous, arrogant approach to have. Everything you know, you heard it from somebody. You speak a language that you had to learn, even if the language is not your language. So the question is always, why did somebody do something? Even if somebody does something nice, in this day and age, we have to question that. Not necessarily in a disrespectful way or in a way that makes you look like an ungrateful person. If somebody does something nice for you, you may not have to say a word. You may just have to kind of just think on it and understand. Because gifts given and kind gestures may not be rooted in sincere motives, may not be rooted in that. Somebody may give you something to get something from you. See, we have lived that life, and it happens on this level all the way down to where you and I stand. It happens with those you cannot see, from shadow government all the way down to the person sitting right next to you. If y'all are sitting next to somebody watching this, I don't want y'all to be like, but you eventually got to learn to know people. And unfortunately, you cannot let everybody get too close to you. Can't let everybody in your mix. Everybody is not meant to be in your circle. Let me make y'all understand that. I don't care if you're the friendliest cat in the world. Well, oh man, you know, I'm me. I'm just look, everybody is not meant to be in your circle. Everybody does not have your best interest at heart. There are people out here who are out to deceive you. So you got to be guarded to a certain degree. In this day and time, you got to be guarded. You can't even share your ideas with everybody. You can't do it. You got to be careful with that. Well, no, man, that's my brother. He didn't. Just wait. Just wait. Oh, no, man, I've been doing him. Just wait. Just wait. And people will say, well, man, look, man, what God got for me, can't nobody stop what God got for me. And that's true. That's a fact. I quote those words all the time. If God has something for you, there's nobody that can prevent you from getting it. There are just certain energies that you don't want in your atmosphere. You don't want them. So you wait. Just wait. Be patient enough to wait until you manifest your vision and it's already done and people see it. And you'll know the ones who really would have been for you if you would have told them early on. And I'm gonna tell you how you know. Some game from your big brother. The way you know how people would have been genuinely happy for you, or would have been in your corner had you told them your vision beforehand, before it happened, is that when it finally comes to pass and it happens for you, this good big blessing that you have, there are people who they're just gonna go, oh man, that's great, man. Oh man, that was wonderful. And they're gonna really mean it. Then somebody else is gonna go, how long you been working on that? When did you when you started doing that? Those are the ones you gotta watch. Because why does it matter when they say it like that? Somebody might say, well, wow, man, how long did it take you to do? That's different. But when they when how long you was doing that? You ain't even let nobody know you were doing. Yeah, see? Nah, I didn't let nobody know I was doing that because of the very energy you giving me right now. So just go about the business of getting it done. Just get it done. And then the result will speak for itself. Because people genuinely, man, I mean, people genuinely root against you. Newsflash, well, you might find it hard to believe because of the people that these are your family, these are your friends, but it's just a reality. It's a harsh truth that your big brother got to relay to you. There are people who root against you, man, and it's typically not strangers. A stranger can't root against you because he doesn't know you to have a personal conversation with you to know what you planning on doing. It's those who know you. Those are the ones that you got to look out for. And it's not all of them, man. Look, we all have close friends and family that we know because history has proven that they can be depended on. I'm speaking about those who don't fit that category. Y'all hit that like button, man. I can't see y'all. I can't see y'all. I want to let y'all know I can't see y'all. I don't, like I said, this has happened before. I don't know if it's me or just something going on within the system where I can't see y'all's comments in the chat. I can't see who's in here. I can't see none of that right now. But I do see that y'all are in here. So hit the like button, and I would try to telepathically tap into y'all's minds and see if y'all are saying something that may spark more conversation out of me. But we're talking about deception, and we're talking about facades. We're talking about false images that people portray in order to achieve goals at your expense. Tell people this all the time. People go to work and they have jobs. And a lot of people lose jobs because they get there and they get too friendly with people that they work around and the people that they work with. And they don't really know these people like that. So you're getting too friendly with people. And I've said this before, they start asking you questions and probing. It's a difference between just a general conversation where a question might present itself and probing. People that are probing for information for a later purpose. It's a difference between, you gotta watch, you gotta be smart, you gotta have your antennas up. See? We live under a system that specializes in deception. If people will lie about who discovered America, they will lie about the region that Jesus was born in, the ethnicity of Jesus. They'll give them blonde hair and blue eyes and things like that. People will lie about that. They're not just doing it just to be doing it. There's a purpose behind it. What would be the purpose in a situation like that? Well, if these people that we have been deceiving for years and controlling for centuries, if they knew that the Messiah looked like them, We couldn't control him. So let's make him look like us. And that keeps a psychological and a subconscious servitude mentality in your mind. Because look, I'm nobody. If nobody important in history ever looked like me, then I must be nobody. But if I find out that greats throughout history did look like me and did do great things, then my confidence starts to raise. My self-esteem starts to increase. Because it's like, wow, she looked like me. He looked like me. I can do something great too. So that part is hidden from you. That's an example of a deception for a purpose, for a different motive. The motive is always control. That's the answer. Why? For control. To control your mind, to control your body, to control your movement and your actions, to control every aspect of you. That's the motive. That's the goal. If I feed you this food, eventually it will cause this condition. If I tell you to take this drug, eventually it will lead to this. Side effects are presented in the commercials. It's not me saying it. So all of these things are for the purpose of control. Control of a mind, control of an entire population, if executed the right way. Well, for them, the right way is really the wrong way. See? Striking fear into you. Fear is struck into people for the purpose of control. If I've made you terrified of me, scared to death of me, I got control now. You're not going to get out of line, right? You're not going to get out of pocket with me because you fear a consequence. And that consequence has been demonstrated to you through examples that were made out of other people that I let you see. See? So you go back to slavery. I did a video about buck breaking a while back, and I talked about how they would publicly do things to slaves and certain slaves in society just to strike fear in the other ones that was out there. You got brothers and sisters growing up. You grew up in a household. You ever seen one of your brothers or your cousins catching a whooping, but you didn't do nothing? Or you might have did something, but you didn't get caught, but they got caught, and you see them catch a whooping. You're not even the one getting it. And you like, ooh, I better be careful moving forward. Because fear has been struck into you, fear of a consequence. You're working at some job and they tell you, you better not do this, you better not do that. And it could be something that is not necessarily a part of company policy, something that you have the natural right to do. But because they may not like it, they will tell you, don't do that. And they will strike fear in you, the fear of losing your job. Now you got soldiers who are like, man, okay, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm not violating anything. But other people are like, oh well, you go back to my desk. Mine, just depends. Because people got families and things of that nature, and they're like, I don't want to jeopardize my livelihood behind trying to prove that I'm not afraid or I'll take this stance or whatever. So it's levels. It's different levels. See? But we are in a point, man. This is 2021. And we are at a point where there's no way we should be allowing ourselves to be deceived to the degree that we are allowing ourselves to be deceived. It's going to be some deception. Nobody is going to pass through unscathed. Even the most woke of us all has been or is being deceived to a degree. Now, they may not agree with that because they're so woke. They know everything. They know everything. Ain't nobody deceiving me. Yes, they are. I can sit down with you for 5 minutes and talk to you for 5 minutes, and I can tell you how. See? But you have to have humility to understand, hey man, look, none of this right now, none of it belongs to us, even though it belongs to us. See? It's like having some money held up. Well, I got this money coming, but I ain't got it yet. So it's yours, but you ain't got it. See? None of this belongs to us, even though it belongs to us. So how do you get it? Be wise and protect your energy and protect your thoughts and learn to hold your tongue. Don't let the tongue move ahead of logic and reason and thinking first. I don't care what you think you know. I don't care if you do know. You could be absolutely right. Sometimes you got to wait because timing is everything. You can say the right thing at the wrong time. You don't go to somebody's funeral and stand up there to speak. Does anybody want to speak? And then you at the person's funeral talking about how it was $200 that he never paid you back. That's true, but it's the wrong time. Timing is everything. So sometimes you got to be this person. You got to be the person that kind of just, no, hold on, just wait. Let me see. Just wait. Let me process this first, and then I can move accordingly after I process things with intelligence so I won't take a misstep. We hear about things, about people. See, Brother DMX just passed, and people have really, I'm really happy that most people have a lot of good things to say. But a lot of time when our brothers and sisters pass away, these media outlets, man, these snakes and these devils, man, they start digging up all of the anything negative they can find, whether it's true or not. That's the first thing they go for. Because even in death, they want to discredit. They want to bring out negativity. See, we've seen too many examples of that. What's the motive? Again, it's part of the deception. It's to tear down that image of anybody who's looked upon. A black man that has made an impact like that and is looked upon as someone who's great, someone who's a hero, someone who's been a a savior to some people, because believe it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, for some, but those with some intelligence, they know that the words in the songs that a lot of musicians present to the world in many instances have been life-saving mechanisms for a lot of people. And even if it's not in a song, a brother like DMX, he could wake you up in an interview. You can hear him talking and being so open about his own struggles, and being open like that to a person who might not be as open about their struggles and may be concealing it. That may give them confidence. Now, I ain't the only one going through this. See? So there are many ways that people save other people, but there's still people who hate the brother or hate the sister just because, and they want to discredit. Like, I saw the article where there was a split screen on the front page. They had the Prince, who just passed away at 99 years old, and they had DMX on the other side, and the praise was so great and wonderful for this Prince. But DMX, troubled rapper. They said brilliant but troubled rapper, passes. See, they gotta inject that part. Look, man, you ain't gotta tell us about DMX. See, that's the beauty of it. We knew the struggles that brother DMX had in his life. You know why we knew him? Because he told them to us. And guess what? That didn't make nobody jump off the DMX bandwagon. These are family members. And I just told you, most of us are messed up. See, it's two ways. See, people who are messed up, it's two ways that we react. And I say we because we all messed up. But it's two ways that messed up people react. One way is they rejoice that somebody else is messed up. Oh, you messed up too? And they rejoice in it. They happy, like misery loves company. They happy that, yeah, you messed up too. But the other way is that they say, man, I'm inspired to hear this person's story, and I know I'm not alone. So it encourages me to try to get better. That's the other way that we react. And we actually gain respect for the person who opens themselves up like that and tells their own downfalls and shortcomings like that. Me personally, I gain more love and respect for a person. Me, that's just me. I look at them like, man, it took strength. How does a person exhibit great strength at their weakest points? That seems to be impossible, huh? But that's what happens with people like that. So I salute, like, man, at his or at her weakest point, they didn't even realize they were doing it in some cases. By speaking on it and expressing their struggles, man, that's strength. That's what made people love DMX, Richard Pryor. I'm just thinking about people who have always made their lives an open book through their art. That's why they're timeless. So I know I got off the subject a little bit, but really I didn't, because I don't want y'all to be deceived by people who try to slip in those little slugs at our greats who may transition and pass on. I don't want y'all to be deceived by that. And I don't want y'all to look at the negative aspects of their life or the slips and that they encountered in their lives, the little trips and falls that they encountered, and let that be judged as the totality of who they were as a person, because they will imprint an image in our mind of a person that will last forever if we allow it. But on the flip side, when one of their own passes on, they praise him and hold him in the highest regard. And typically with them, these were some of the worst human beings to walk the planet. Some of the sickest cats that you ever would lay eyes on, but they control the platforms that put out the information. So if they control the platforms that put out the information, then they can word it and remix that dude however they want to remix him. So you take the dude who was the scum of the earth when they was alive, and they gonna lay him out to be just so prestigious and so wonderful, and he did this and he did that. Yeah, but he was a flaming racist. Yeah, but he was on the island with Epstein them. Yeah, but he this. Yeah, he did that. When you dig under the layers, he signed off on this bill that caused all these people to get locked up, or he did, but they gonna dress him up because that's they dude. So we gotta dress up our dude. To say what you want to say. It's not gonna make us, well, not all of us, it that's the deception. It will work on some of us. It will trick some of us into following the narrative because we believe everything that comes out the devil's mouth. So be more versed in research, man, the best you can. I'm working on it myself. I'll see y'all in Dallas, Fort Worth area next Saturday. Book signing with me and Point Blank. He'll have his vinyl. I have my books. If you're in that area, come out. Holler at your big brother. Come out and see me face to face. I love to meet you. Number love. Come get a copy of my books. Come get you some music. Come get you some merchandise. Shirts and all kind of stuff. We're gonna have a little bit of everything out there. Everything but the kitchen sink. We might have some kitchen sinks. We're gonna come out with some SPC kitchen sinks. No, but seriously, man, be wise in your thoughts. And when you become wise in your thoughts, then automatically you'll become wise in your movements and your actions. Don't let people, don't do things because somebody who created the facade about themselves said that this is what you should do. Don't do that. Do it after you checked it out and decided that it was best for you. Or don't do it after you checked it out and decided that it's not best for you. But whatever decision you make sure that that decision wasn't based on blind following and blind ignorance. Make sure that. I wish I could talk to y'all. I wish I could. I'm talking to y'all. I wish y'all could talk back to me. I can't see nothing. I can't see my chat. I don't know why. Maybe I laid it out wrong or some kind of way, but I can't see it. And I know that I can feel y'all energy. I really can. I can feel y'all really having some good things to give back. So in that regard, that's why I'll shut the conversation down a little early. But y'all like and subscribe to the channel and make sure that y'all stay up. 2 albums coming. I've been writing like crazy, man. So be ready for these albums at the end of next month, or at least one of them. I might take y'all advice and drop one, then drop another one a little bit later on. But be looking for them. No titles yet, but be looking for the new stuff coming next month, late next month. We ain't playing with them. All right, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. Catch y'all later, man. Peace.